Good morning, good morning. This is Mr. Fong with another good morning rant. This one I'm going to talk about a little comment. Very interesting one. This person says, I've been told my entire upbringing what communism was the cause of all evil. When I moved to China, it took me a decade to get rid of my racist behaviors and unbrainwash myself. Having that opportunity to see history from the victim side is a truly awakening. Now that Asia is rising again, we get to learn about the true history and not all the Western lies. That is a real great comment. And I think a lot of other people also have the same feeling. Also a lot of Chinese people growing up in the West have been suffering of this type of being brainwashed, even me. And that is why I wanted to make this video. You're not alone, buddy, because even me, I also used to be brainwashed into thinking that communism is all evil. Oh, they only want bad for the people. While I could just ask my grandfather and he would every single time tell me something different. And I never really fully understood. And at a certain point of time, I also had the feeling that, is he brainwashed? All to get older and studying the history of China on my own, with my own resources, I started to realize slowly that it was totally the other way around. That it is not my grandfather who was brainwashed, it was actually me. That is the only way how to get off it, is through knowledge, right? Knowledge always breaks all the brainwashes stages, how do you call it? Anyway, before they're all leaving, I need to show you this. These beautiful ducks on the water. A lot of them. Because they probably just had children. And yeah, there we have some other Chinese people in the distance doing their exercises. Anyway, let's get back to the topic. So a lot of times what I always do when I see people talking about communism or whatever, and I'm not saying that you need to become a communist, but you need to be understanding what it actually is, right? Especially when you hate it, try at least to understand what it is that you hate. For me, it was starting at a certain point that I started to ask myself questions about a whole lot of things, right? We build up positions throughout life, but we tend to keep those positions. We tend to keep the positions without any reasons. It's not logical, because when you are, like, for example, 16 years old, your way of thinking and what you've been through all your life, all the way up to your 30s, should have changed a lot of things in your way of thinking, right? Because kids think in a different way than adults do, or at least they should. So it is not logical to hold on to those positions. I think it is something like an attachment to certain positions, and I think that people also might see it as a failure of themselves to correct themselves, and therefore they will not. I'm not entirely sure about it, because I never gave it really too much thought. For me, asking myself questions, and when it came to communism, I had this really basic question to myself. So, what exactly is communism? That was a simple question, and that put me on a whole journey to starting to understand all other political forms also, because I started to realize that I could not answer that very basic question of something that I hated with a passion. Isn't it amazing that we can hate things and we have no idea what we are actually hating? That's the weirdest thing, right? And many people in the West are suffering from this. That is why in comments you often will find me, if I see comments like that, oh, you're communist or whatever, then I will ask them, can you explain to me what communism is then? Right? Because I guarantee they don't know. I guarantee they don't know. And normally you should ask them, use communist literature, right? Don't use the talking points, oh, tyranny or that. That's not acceptable. You need to do it intelligently, right? So what is communism actually about? What does the communist literature actually say? What from the communist literature is it that you do not like? And when you do that, yes, often people will still not do it. They are getting very annoyed and yeah, their ego is being hurt, but one way or the other, you are doing a very virtuous thing. Because for one, you're destroying their ego. An ego is very bad for all human beings. It is a delusion. You should not have an ego. You should get rid of it. So you're doing somebody a favor by crushing its ego. Second, if they are going to be maybe very mad and are like me, oh, I'm going to, because I'm really vengeance when it comes to these kind of things, I will prove you wrong. But in order to do that, they're going to need to read the books. And when they do that, then they will get enlightened. It might be that they still will hate it. That's fine, but at least now they know what they are actually hating. So you're doing them a favor in either way, right? So yeah, that is actually what I wanted to talk about. And I would like everybody who is watching this video, I'm sorry, it's my hay fever. I hope I will cut it out. Yeah, so do this exercise. Take a couple of positions that you have, right? Doesn't matter what it is about. Doesn't have to be about politics. Doesn't, you know, you can take a religion or whatever exactly, and just ask yourself, do I actually still support this position that I have? And why do I support this position? And it's not to find yourself wrong or right. It is to find the truth. Is it still there, right? So when you're young, at least when I was young, for me, money was everything, right? Just chasing money. If you're asking me now, for me, money now is really, it's almost at the bottom of my list. And probably that's also the reason why I'm so extremely poor. But it has fallen to the bottom of my list, and it actually has freed me, liberated me as a person. Especially from the attachment, and I think it is always in a service of the people to do that. And you should ask your things yourself, right? And yeah, you might still have a number one priority is making money, right? But there also might be other priorities, right? For me, the priority, not that money wasn't on the top of my list anymore, also made me a way better person. Right, because before that I had a very capitalistic mindset. Just look at the figures, and I do not really consider human life. Now I first consider human life and see if we can make money of it. It's a totally different approach, right? One gives a real satisfaction, and it gives a true sense of happiness because you're actually helping people. And the other one, you will stay as an empty shell with a package of money in your hand, right? That's it. So just start doing it. And also let me know in the comment section if you've done it, if you were checking yourself on certain positions and asking yourself, you know, positions that you were holding for a long time, right? Maybe some from when you're a teenager or whatever, right? Those kind of positions, and start with that because it's easy, right? You were a kid. People don't think straight. When you're a kid, you don't know much of the world, right? and just see if you are still holding the same position and why, or maybe it has changed. Let me know in the comment section if it is not too personal, you know, too personal things you don't want to share. I understand that, but maybe you can say, yeah, I found some positions that actually I really not support it right now, but somewhere in my mind I was automatically like supporting this kind of position, but now if I would ask myself, I'm totally not supporting it anymore. And that is going to give you great wisdom. And I think for every position that you're going to take, you should start to first ask yourself, what is it actually that I know about it, right? It is fine not to know everything. You know, we only have a small capacity to understand things, and you know, if we only can understand one or two things fully, that's already really, really a lot. It's fine if we don't understand, but don't pretend to yourself that you understand things while you don't, because it will take you away from enlightening, right? And it's very hard for your ego, especially for people with a big ego like me. That is why I'm trying to crush it every single day as much as I can. But it is necessary to liberate yourself, and you will see that after a while you will get very much better with it, and it, you know, it will not hurt you. It's like, ah, great, because if I didn't do that, I would not have known, right? If I didn't read that, I would still be so ignorant. You know, I learned something, and now I see that there's so many other things that I really don't know. And it doesn't matter, because it opens so many doors for you, because you will see so many other things that you can start to study because you don't know. And you know, before you know it, you bump into something that you really, really, really enjoy. And I hope you will remember this video that I made and gave you this little help. Yes, today was not so political, didn't feel like very, very political. I love these ducks. Look at them, they're in a formation. Can you guys actually see them? I should have put it on my... I think you can, right? Because the screen is so small that I hardly can see it, what it's on. Anyway, let me know in the comment section what you all think of it. Keep it respectful though, we are not uncivilized barbarians. And yeah, that was it for a good morning rant. I think I will post this on the tomorrow. That will be Sunday, because today it is Saturday and we are here from the Zuiderpark in The Hague. Oh yeah, I should not have the tracking. Oh, not have tracking, so you can see something of this beautiful, beautiful park. I have to say it's a little bit Dutch beautiful park. That's but that's for another video when we're going to talk about this park. Wonder how many Dutch people will get angry because of what I'm going to say. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble again. We'll leave it at this. Have a great day. Your favorite half Chinese.